In this video, we will see one end-to-end demonstration on our JobLive platform. For this, I have taken two accounts. This account is a freelancer account, and this person is having three profiles, and we'll use procurement consultant profile for this demonstration. And this person is a buyer. If you go to manage jobs and orders, buyer is having open 29 open jobs, and we'll take any appropriate job for this demonstration. Go to okay, we can use this job. Looking for interview questions for Oracle Procurement Cloud. When this job is posted, or when any job is posted, based on the skills on the job, system will try to identify matching profile and will try to assign the job here. And freelancer can go to this tab and send a bid. If it did not, in this case, it did not find any matching profile. So what we can do, search for freelancers. You can also use filters. And let's say we identified this freelancer and try to invite this for our job. And our job is procurement cloud, this one. Optionally can add any attachments and click on invite. You can see it is routed to invitation page. You can see the invitations. This is the invitation that you have sent on this date. And ignore this package name. This is applicable only for services. This is your invitation number and it is pending. You can withdraw if you want, or can go to Workstream also and can communicate with the freelancer from here. Let's see how it looks at freelancer end. Log in as a freelancer. We see the notifications. You can see that there's a notification from buyer. You can click on this notification to go to the Workstream, or you can also go to manage profiles and orders, and this is your profile. You can see invitations here. Click on this invitation, and this is the invitation that you received today. This is the job, and this is your profile. If you want, you can accept and send the bid here, or reject. You can go to Workstream and can do the same actions from here also, accept or reject. Let's say click on accept. It will take you to the send bid page, where you can write down about your cover letter, select your profiles and services. In this case, it auto selected because you navigated from the Workstream. Otherwise, you have to select your profile or service from the available list and provide your description of your services, and then terms. This is the important thing. Mention the contract title. By default, job name is the contract title. If you wish, you can change. And it will show you the buyer budget. The buyer budget is 4,000 for this job, and it is a fixed job. In case of complex jobs, you can choose milestone based bids. For this demonstration, let's choose a fixed bid. And the minimum amount is showing as 5,000 INR. So let's enter 5,000 INR. And system will show you how much you will receive if you bid for 1500 INR, not 5,000. system is showing how much you will receive. Click on view details. Your total bid amount is 1500, and platform charges, in this case this is 10%. Platform charges vary depending on the membership that you have. Here it is showing 10%, 10% of 1500, and GST 18%. So total 177 is the platform charges and payment gateway fees. When the money is transferred to your account via payment gateway will deduct some minimum amount for their service fees. So this is the amount that is shown here, and this is the amount that you will receive. There are no taxes and earnings after tax. Means if you bid for 1500, this is the amount that you will be receiving, and everything is transparent and you can see all the charges here. Click on close, and project start date, let's say you are starting from tomorrow, and how long this project will take, let's say 1 day, and how many days the bid is valid for, 1 day. After this the bid will expire, and click on choose skills. These skills will come from the profile or service that you selected. um, you can you can specify what skills you will be using for this particular job, so that buyer can provide review only on those skills. Let's say in this case I'm using purchasing cloud core. Let's say if you selected this, buyer can provide review only for this, not for others. And scope of the work, provide the scope of the work, and what you need from buyer, and refund terms. This is another important feature that we have. This refund terms or progress terms talks about the eligibility of the buyer or seller in case anyone want refunds. Let's say buyer don't want to go ahead with the order and want to cancel it, or maybe seller don't want to continue. So this, based on this form, system will automatically calculate the refund eligibility. For example, if you say order cancellation before starting the order, once buyer accepts the bid from the seller and creates an order in the system, buyer must start the job so that seller can start the work. If buyer decides to cancel the order before starting the order, then buyer will get full amount because seller has not started anything. That's why you cannot change anything here. So it is refund charges are 0% in this case. Buyer will get the full amount, seller will get zero. Buyer started. If buyer has started the order, we are assuming that 10% work is already delivered. Less than 10% work is already delivered. In such a case, how much amount seller will get, how much amount buyer will get, that you can decide while sending the bid itself. Let's say you can say that if buyer starts the order, you can say that 5% seller must be paid. If in case of refunds at this stage, buyer will get 1425 and seller will get 25. Once 10% is delivered, you can say that seller will get 10% and buyer will get 90%. Like that, you can, based on the discussions between buyer and seller, both can agree some refund terms, or you can also call as progress terms, because when job is refunded, it will check what is the progress at that point of time and will automatically distribute the amount between buyer and seller. 50, let's say 60, and 100% is delivered. If 100% work is delivered by seller, buyer will not get anything. When delivered means seller has to submit the progress that I have completed 100% and buyer must approve it. Only approved progress will be considered. 10% delivered means seller submitted 10% progress and buyer approved it. Same is the case with other things. Once 100% progress is approved by the buyer, then seller will deliver it and buyer will accept that delivery. Once that order is completed and accepted, by default, there is no chance for refunds because buyer already accepted it. So that's why it is showing 100%. And in case seller cannot take up the order, cannot, then as seller is not willing to take up the order, buyer will get the full amount. Like this, you can use these progressive terms or refund terms to distribute the amount in case buyer or seller want any refunds or don't want to continue with the order. Or if you do not want to use these terms, you can use 0%, 00, so that everything will be considered based on the final delivery. Okay, this all depends upon the agreement between buyer and seller. So discuss with your buyer before you are placing the bid about these terms and agree on the progress. And click on preview and click on here send. Here you can see the bid prepared by whom, prepared for whom. You can see from profile to the job. You can see all the details like cover letter, description of services, what the scope, and refund terms. Everything can be shown here. And click on send. While sending a bid, system is saying that one crate will be consumed. So if the area of specialization of the job and the profile you are choosing are different, system will throw you an alert. If you want to proceed, if the area of specialization is different, buyer may not accept the bid. That's why it is alerting you in advance. If you want to proceed, click on proceed, and it is also saying that one crate will be consumed for this action, and is also saying please make sure that your bank accounts given are correct, because once the order is in progress you cannot change the bank accounts. However, you can change the bank accounts when there are no orders in progress. And click on proceed. The bid is sent successfully, and you can see you navigated to workstream. The invitation, you have accepted the invitation, and bid is sent to the buyer. Now if you go to the buyer side, you can see the same information that freelancer has a sent bid for 1500 INR, and total project duration is 1 day. This is not a milestone job, that's why milestone bid, that's why there are no milestone related information. As a buyer can accept the bid or reject the bid. Let's accept the bid. Previous bid was having no refund terms, that's why I have withdrawn that bid. This was the bid I have withdrawn. If you open this, we go to the bid. You can see the bid that I have withdrawn. It is having all zero refund terms. That's why I have withdrawn that bid. We'll add some percentage here and see the end-to-end process. So I will send one more bid. Go to invitations. Our previous invitation was already accepted, so you cannot again use this invitation. So what I will do, I will go to the job and directly send a bid. So I went to the job, click on bid now and start the process again, where you can add the cover letter and select your profile or service. Here I'm selecting this procurement consultant profile and add descriptions. All these are copied from the profile, and add terms. Here I'll add 1500 INR and start from tomorrow. How long this project will take? Let's say 2 days, and the bid is valid for 1 day. Choose your skills, select any skills, current scope of the work, write down the scope of the work, and write down what you need from buyer. And in refund terms, we'll add some. We added the refund terms or progress terms. Click on preview and send bid. System is saying, are you sure you want to send the bid? Because the area of specialization on the profile and job seems to be different. That's why it is asking if you want to send or not. Because if you try to send a bid that do not have any matching profiles with the matching skills with the job, bid may be rejected. That's why it is warning you. Click on proceed, and it is also saying that one credit will be consumed, and please make sure that you have given the correct bank accounts because money will be transferred to this account. Click on proceed. Now bid is sent successfully. Go to dashboard, manage profiles and orders. Go to your profile and go to click on my bids. Now you can see a new bid. This is the bid that you have sent, and these are the skills that you are going to use. In case of milestone bids, it will also show you the milestone that you are going to use. And you can see the bid report here. This is the bid prepared by, prepared for, and you can see which profile you are going to use and for which job you are sending this bid, cover letter, description of the services, all information you can see on the report. If you want to withdraw, you can withdraw from here and go to workstream. You can see the previously withdrawn bid here. And let's go to the buyer side. This is the buyer workstream. Buyer can see a new bid. Your previous bid is withdrawn, and this is the new bid. Buyer can view the bid, accept the bid and hire, reject. Let's say buyer is accepting this bid. Click on accept bid and hire and complete the payment. Click on accept bid. Payment is completed, and you can see an order created here. You can go, order number is created, and you can click on view details. This is showing the bid amount, and this is the payment gateway or transaction fees. This is what we are platform is charging from buyer, and you can see the payment received. This is the receipt that we will send to buyer for receipt of the amount, receipt of the payment. And as we discussed before, buyer must start the order. so that seller can start working on that. Currently the progress is showing as 0. And let us see the same details from seller side or freelancer side. You can see here that buyer accepted the bid and order is in progress. The current order progress is 0. If we click on here to add any progress, you can add because buyer did not start the order yet. So buyer must start the order. Let's say click on start the order. The 10%, less than 10% is by default approved. And go to seller side or freelancer side. Order is started. Now freelancer or seller can start working on this job. Go to manage profiles and orders, hide in progress. Can add the progress here. Let's add 10% delivered. There are some refresh issues, so I refreshed it. You can see the progress. Click on submit. The 10% progress is submitted by freelancer. Now look at the buyer side. Buyer can see the 10% progress for approval and can approve or reject. If approved means the 10% is considered as the 10% work is considered as done, and this will be taken used for refund calculations. Click on approve. The 10% is approved now. Now let's try to cancel the order at this stage. Go to manage jobs and orders. If you click on here, you can see the latest order. Try to cancel the order. You can see there are two orders. This is the order. This is our order. Click on this, or if you want to check, go back. And you can see 6679. Click on cancel. And this is our order. Select this order and it's showing in progress. Click on proceed. Now you can see the contract title, your job, freelancer details and terms that we agreed, and refund criteria. It is clearly saying that 10% is delivered and it is showing the refund terms. And if you want to make any comments, mention here. Optionally attach any documents. And is showing the total order amount as 1500 and seller refund charge is 10% because 10% is taken from based on this 10% delivered. We see 10% delivered. If 10% is delivered, 10% charges, and it is showing 150 at the seller charge. And there are no charges from payment gateway or service fees from Jobloy. So, and create a refund request means the total order amount was 1500 and buyer wants to cancel this order, so he is requesting for a refund, and at the time of refund the approved progress by buyer is 10%. So this 10% seller is charging this 10%, which is 150, and net refundable amount is 1350. And click on create refund request. This refund request will go to, you can send this request to user or admin. First, try to send this to user. If user does not respond in time, then cancel that request and send it to admin. Our admin will review your request and approve it from our side. In this case, we will not do it. What we will do, we'll complete the remaining progress. I'm going to seller side. In progress, click on workstream. 10% is delivered. Now you cannot deliver the order because it is only 10% complete. What you can do, add the progress. Now let's say 100% is complete. Add. You have submitted 100% progress. The freelancer submitted 100% progress, and review the progress as a buyer. Go to manage jobs and orders. In hide in progress, click on the progress. You can see the progress request from the freelancer. Click on approve, or you can also reject. Approve means the 100% work is complete. Now freelancer can officially deliver this work to you. Again, go to manage profiles and orders. Click on deliver, or you can go to workstream and deliver from there. Deliver. So this is the final delivery. Click on deliver the work. Now log in as a buyer and see the request from seller. Manage jobs and orders. You can see that in deliver tab now. Go to workstream and click on accept work and release the payment, or you can also request modifications. If you request modifications, again it will go to in progress, and seller will revert on that and deliver again. In this case, let's say accept work and release payment. Accept and release payment. Okay, there is some exception error, but you can ignore it. You can see a card created here. The payment has been accepted and released now, and you can also submit the feedback. You can submit the feedback for all these general questions, and also you can submit the feedback for the two questions that was the two skills that were shared in the bid by freelancer. Feedback is submitted. Now go to the seller side. You can see this feedback given, and seller also can give feedback on the buyer. Now go to the seller side manage profiles and orders,